All right, welcome, Max.
Thank you very much.
Max is one of our youngest family members. Been with us now.
Myself or
years.
the company or
the company?
Okay.
The company, not Max itself. So Max is covering Mexico for us, which is a huge potential market. But obviously, there are right now a lot of tensions that we do see given the supply chains towards the US. So we want to really understand, Max, how you see that scenario. And obviously, one of the questions is, how do you think nearshoring right now impacts the Mexican market?
Nearshoring for us is an accelerator about our initiative because we need to be very tight to the supply chain into the States. So the companies that arrives needs to add additional standard way of working because they need to achieve the goal of supplying all the other companies. So for us, it's a tremendous accelerator now to be in a more digital way of working and doing the products.
So you see it more positive than negative at this point in time?
It is. We said that probably at the early stages was a momentum where no engineers, because everybody needs our engineers. But after probably a few months, we realized that the momentum of changing that space of working, it means we are converting like a single region, Canada, States, and Mexico. There's a barrier, obviously, but we still talking the same thing and a lot of funny words that probably we share each other. The pickup, it's a truck. So when you go to Mexico, hey, let's do the pickup. The pickup is let's take the truck, but it is the same word in the States, and then it's kind of a funny stories that it's happening, and also in the industry too.
Totally got that. So you're out a lot with customers, and what do you believe are the biggest security concerns Mexican manufacturers have working with US supply chain?
A PLC integrity in Mexico means that they have an old, way of working, assets that probably takes their, 20 years. So they don't want to, as somebody mentioned yesterday, they don't want to get touched that, but it is a process about to getting into those valuable assets because the knowledge is there, and then the knowledge is probably the biggest fear and also the biggest risk and also our opportunity to achieve with them. So the industrial takes care a lot of what they are doing, and that's probably the situation there.
So Infoportal sees challenges as opportunities. We like that.
Yeah, we learn a concept. We are doing a scaling up process, and there's the VUCA world. It's a volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguity. So we need to deal as a army man. I mean, to think on different ways, and that's where we are finding our opportunities now.
Do those companies actually demanding more services?
Yes, they. They sometimes when we receive a call, it's we are prepared to listen our customer. So when we receive the call, it's something that sometimes it's a very different way of working as us because we want to help them out on doing what they are doing. And the momentum is we always answer them, and that's why probably we are very close to them. And I don't know, probably it's the way of working that we have, but it is we are creating like a micro offices very close to each of our biggest customer, and we are pursuing all their needs, listening, and we are like their operators into the plant. That's our new style of working now.
What share of services is your portfolio, just out of curiosity?
When you go for use case for AI example, you need to mapping the process, and without any knowledge on the field, what we do is like the specific core for what's the value. Our purpose is to create the value, to make a more potential process. What they are doing is we are going to help you out on that. So we found a way of saving energy. We are doing something about predictive maintenance. We are doing it also for smart sequences. So when I hear Optovision, it's music for our ears, because it's something that we are doing by our own, with our own hands, not with an official platform. And then it's what the customer is requiring us right now.
So it's the perfect complementary solution to your portfolio.
Definitely. We create a concept that we name Neuronize. Neuronize is the way that you think into the, how to say, you have a neuron 1, neuron 2, you connect it, and then you get the knowledge. So that knowledge represents for us one system, another system, how you get connected together, and how you do a better business or better process. That's our, how to say, trademark.
Yep.
Neuronize.
So speaking of that, what is your biggest growth area right now? Where does Infoportal actually grow the most?
Against the tariff, probably, even though the tariff, automotive industry and the chemical, because the auto industry needs a lot of changes. Every day need to change, move out, this and that. And the second one, probably the chemical, because the food, the receipt area, the receipts, it's another part that we are doing. I think those two ones are our main busy momentum for. We have corn flour, we have auto industries like doors, different. We have now 700 plants attended and around 5,500 different type of projects that we just achieved in a last second week of October. Sorry, we are going to achieve that in a few months.
That is huge. And you're speaking of Mexico compared to other territories. So also competitiveness is a certain question in that regards. What do you believe the OT side of the business plays, which type of role to get Mexico more competitive?
It is not longer about our labor cost. I mean, we used to say, hey, Mexico has a low cost for labor, but now what we are seeing, it's not clearly yet that the states will, restart the industry of auto in the states, but with dark factories, let's say fully automated. For me, it's the index of robots per each 10,000 employees. Mexico has 52 robots per 10,000 employees. If you select just an automotive industry, it's 150. And then the point is, Mexico plan is to achieve at least the same of states, doing the more technification of the process. So I think that's our biggest momentum also for achieve Mexico as a technical leader too, above or probably the same of the states.
So you see an uptrend in automation by the end of it?
Yeah, collaborated robots, HVs, a bunch of IoT now in the automotive industry mainly.
So speaking of that, what do you believe have held Mexico back in the past? Was that more a cultural or more an organizational problem by the end of the day?
I think that our main thing is we have let's say companies almost automated, fully automated, but there's a lot of criteria about which button you to push and do the right job. The criteria means that sometimes the change is not easy to do it. I mean, even though that you have a robot there, but the labor or the thinking, it's not the right way. So getting them, how you say, a path to work, smart workflows or security, etc. I think that's the main thing that the Mexico challenge has as a cultural situational. Mm-hmm.
So Infoportal serves literally all sorts of customers in Mexico, from the single-site individuals to the large enterprise companies. What would you recommend to a smaller company or a mid-sized company starting their OT journey? What do they need to focus on?
I think that the point is you need to start small, but you need to do with a standard. So the way of thinking for us is, okay, let's do a pilot. You buy us a small one, but you are now starting creating the model of how you are going to work. If you sit that idea into the C-level, the scaling up of the next, I don't know, 3-4 years ahead will be very fast. So it's about to start small, but standard fast. That's create a faster way of creating a standard. That's our thinking, at least.
So C-level visibility is crucial.
It's crucial because they are not aware of this situation. They think that they have everything under control, but the realistic situation is the same. Cyber attacks, problems, and a bunch of money. We don't have yet quite well standard for cybersecurity insurance. I mean, it's almost impossible to buy a cybersecurity policy. So imagine that a man who has the responsibility for 100 million, he cannot buy anything to cover up that. So I think that's another. We are trying to create a different type of connectors. What we say connector is, why don't we go for with a risk management team instead of this? Well, still being the C-level, but let's work on a different arena instead of just the technical one.
So resilience becomes even more important.
It is more important, absolutely. And then I think that after COVID and after wars and after everything, the VUCA world, it's still been there, and then that's a challenge. The tariff, the rate exchange. I mean, every day it's something that is happening to the country, and the C-level wants to be. I mean, they are going to die. they are not going to die with such amount of assets on the field.
So we got a very, very dynamic partner ecosystem. How did the cooperation from you guys in Mexico with our North American partners shape your security strategy?
I think that we work together. We're trying to make a local, implementation with international coverage. I think that we try to design or co-design mainly the practices that companies like Mars, Pepsi, Coca, those are the biggest one globally speaking. But as soon as they get into the plant needs to have something like us, like the partner ecosystem that knows the deepest part of the PLC, etc. And the way it's to co-work or co-design that practice.
So boots on the ground, that is super important.
Food?
Or boot. But how did partnering with AMDT and our products sort of strengthen your value proposition for nearshoring companies?
Definitely. I'm very thankful first to all the family. I just make a post yesterday. It's like a child born, and then we are gonna take care of this child, and we are gonna see growing. And for me, it's like something very emotional way of thinking on the how we do business. And I think that the still being persons, still being a good relationship, and I think it's a very strong strategy, a vision, and obviously a product. So definitely count with us to see a big man instead of a child that it is today in the next years.
You are our ears and our eyes on the Mexican market. What options, opportunities, but also what challenges do you see in positioning Octoplan there?
I think the change management is not a button. I mean, there's no a switch. Hey, let's do a change. That's not something that cannot happen. I think that the idea just about how much cost you have when you change. Imagine yourself. When I change, how much it will cost to me. Imagine the big size of this company. So the challenge for me is to spread the word about how much cost you to change. And then the change management strategy, I think it could be a good way to also make an approach, a messaging on that. I mean, because at least Latin America, changing, it's not probably you can speak out with a manager and he are telling you yes, but in some part of the country means no on the back. So even though that you have the technology, it is working, they don't use it. So it's something that about the change management situational, and it is not a button. It is a process to get awareness, consciousness, and perform a value for them.
And that translates perfect into Octavision, where we create visibility also in usage.
And then that's the critical part. And also we are working internally, speaking on a way of a critical thinking, which means it's critical for me, it's different critical for you. And as soon as we got all these pieces together, plus the technology, plus the approaches, I think that it will be a perfect match. I love the Service Max vision about how we are going to serve them faster, reliable, and an easy way to work with as an OT specialist.
So translating our values into business processes is going to be a key driver.
It will be, yes,
Understood.
Definitely.
So looking 3 to 5 years ahead, how do you see Mexico's role on the global perspective in the OT landscape?
The region will grow. I mean, I think that by the end, it's the region is preparing against China. Example, probably it's not about a war, but it is a commercial war there. That Mexico it's a very how you say clue part for states about to being together, working together. Now Mexico just announced a new tariff for cars from China. So we received cars now that it's not any aluminum, iron, or any tire. Build it into our region, and so we are receiving cars very cheap. So that's not benefit for the region. So we are trying to work because it is not easy at all. Trying to work as a region against other, resources that probably China is happening.
So you're also trying to get manufacturing back into your country.
Yes, I mean the point is. We need to rise up our technification, our skills, and using these kind of tools, it's a perfect way of working. I mean, the new generation for us of a project will be, somebody tells this, our new job is to ask better questions because the software is already there. So we need to make more, technical speaking, better questions for our machines.
So we got to know you as a very, very proud Mexican citizen. And that leads me to my last question. What is a tradition or maybe even a place every visitor in Mexico should go to or do?
Tradition.
Just one, by the way.
Okay. The tradition, I think, the one that I like it because I don't have, my father passed away, my mother passed away, is Dia de Muertos. It's like a Halloween, but it is, we celebrate deaths, but remembering them. That's the 2nd of November all over the country. So you will see, how I say, the faces and kind of a religion, a style of a religion. That's the first one. And the city that I like the most probably is Oaxaca because of the food.
So I got nothing to do on the 2nd of November. Let's see if we stop.
Yeah. You see, if you go for F1, you check it up, all the how I say, the bodies painted. That's a very good tradition. Yeah.
2nd of November it is.
2nd of November, yes.
Thank you very much, Max.
Thank you.
Pleasure having you here.